Do you remember the funny and warm faces from Amen in 1986? Characters like Deacon Fry, Raleigh Forbes, and Reverend Reuben Gregory once made audiences laugh and cry, and now they look completely different. Some left us far too early, others underwent cosmetic surgery to the point of being almost unrecognizable, and a few have achieved unimaginable success. Let's explore. Amen. 1986, cast then and now 2025. You won't believe what they look like today. Jester Hairston as Raleigh Forbes. Jester Hairston was born on July 9, 1901, in Bellows Creek, North Carolina. He was 85 years old when he took on the role of Raleigh Forbes, a wise, humorous, and elderly character, in Amen from 1986 to 1991. This role highlighted warmth, wit, and his ability to connect communities through music, helping the show emphasize the values of family and church. However, Hairston's life was full of challenges and quiet pain. He lost his father at an early age, grew up with his grandmother, and faced financial hardships before pursuing music at Tufts University in Juilliard. His career was limited by racial discrimination, often relegated to supporting roles in series like Amos and Andy or various Hollywood films. Despite his exceptional talent and famous compositions such as Mary's Boy Child and the song Amen from Lilies of the Field. Loneliness and loss weighed heavily on him, especially when his wife, Isabel Margaret Swanigan, passed away in 1986, leaving him with sad final years but continuing dedication to music and acting. In his later years, Hairston remained committed to art and community, even as aging affected his physical strength. He continued teaching, conducting choirs, and promoting the values of Negro spiritual music. Yet the grief of losing his wife, the solitude of old age, and health limitations made every step difficult. Sadly, Jester Hairston passed away on January 18, 2000, in Los Angeles at the age of 98 due to natural causes. He was laid to rest at Inglewood Park Cemetery, California. His net worth was estimated around $1 million, mostly from music royalties and real estate, reflecting a life devoted to art despite decades of loneliness and hardship. Sherman Hemsley as Deacon Ernest Fry. Sherman Hemsley was born on February 1, 1938, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was 48 years old when he took on the role of Deacon Ernest Fry, a widowed, stubborn, yet humorous father figure in Amen from 1986 to 1991. He brought gentle laughter to millions of American viewers, becoming the soul of the show and a television cultural icon. This role solidified his reputation following his tremendous success on The Jeffersons and earned him Golden Globe and Emmy nominations. Behind the laughter, however, was a life of loneliness and deep pain. Sherman Hemsley never married, had no children, and lived so privately that many colleagues didn't even know where he resided. After Amen ended, he slipped into obscurity, typecast as the gruff yet funny character, and major opportunities nearly disappeared. As his career declined, illness gradually took its toll, particularly lung cancer. His final years were a series of painful days, both physically and emotionally. The disease progressed into superior vena cava syndrome, making breathing difficult and leaving him exhausted. Sherman Hemsley took his last breath on July 24, 2012, at the age of 74. He was laid to rest in El Paso, Texas, closing a life marked by solitude and suffering. His net worth at the time of death was estimated around $3 million, largely stemming from a television career spanning over 4 decades. Following his passing, a legal dispute over his will delayed the burial for several weeks. Clifton Davis as Reverend Reuben Gregory. Clifton Davis was born on October 4, 1945 in Chicago, Illinois. At 41 years old, he embodied Reverend Reuben Gregory, a youthful, romantic, and faithful pastor, the perfect counterpart to Sherman Hemsley's Deacon Fry in Amen from 1986 to 1991. Across 110 episodes, Davis portrayed a man who was both humorous and kind-hearted, giving audiences hope amid stories of faith and redemption. Despite his on-screen success, Clifton Davis's life was full of turmoil and hardship. Before Amen, he nearly lost everything due to a cocaine addiction in the 1970s, a dark period he described as hitting rock bottom in emptiness. After years of rehabilitation and rediscovering his faith, he returned stronger, not only as an actor, but also as a pastor. Yet the spotlight came with losses. He married 3 times, and the first 2 marriages ended in conflict and loneliness, leaving him with a deep sense of emptiness. Nevertheless, he remained steadfast in both his artistic and spiritual paths. Life after Amen was far from easy. Clifton Davis was typecast as the TV pastor, causing his acting career to stall. He spent years preaching, hosting religious programs, and returning to Broadway with roles such as Sultan in Aladdin and Dr. Dillamond in Wicked. Despite a once broken heart and weakened health after heart surgery, he continued to work tirelessly. Today, Clifton Davis is 80 years old. He lives quietly with his 3rd wife, Monica Durant, continues his ministry, and occasionally appears on television. His net worth is estimated around $3 million. Not much compared to his contemporaries, but enough to reflect a life of loss and resilience. Anna Maria Horsford as Thelma Fry. Anna Maria Horsford was born on March 6, 1948, in New York City. When she appeared in Amen from 1986 to 1991, she was 38 years old, playing Thelma Fry, the daughter of Deacon Fry, a character both humorous and romantic, adding laughter and vitality to all 110 episodes. This role helped her establish her acting ability in African-American sitcoms and became a model for many roles afterward. However, Horsford's life was far from smooth. She married Daniel Wolfe but later divorced due to work and personal conflicts, experiencing a period of loneliness and focusing on her career. After Amen, her career faced challenges as she was often typecast in comedic supporting roles, constantly fighting for larger acting opportunities while also confronting industry discrimination. Notable works like The Wayans Brothers and Friday showcased her talent, yet opportunities were still limited. In recent years, Horsford has continued to work in television series and films, even though aging sometimes poses health challenges, such as high blood pressure. She has overcome these obstacles through a healthy lifestyle and determination not to let age hinder her passion. As of 2025, Anna Maria Horsford is 77 years old. She continues acting, currently appearing in The Bold and the Beautiful and other television projects. Her net worth is estimated at around $500,000, mainly from acting and real estate in Los Angeles. Franklyn Seales as Lorenzo Hollingsworth. Franklyn Seales was born on July 15, 1952, in Caliacqua, St. Vincent. He was 34 years old when he portrayed Reverend Lorenzo Hollingsworth, a pastor, in the first season of Amen in 1986. Although the role was brief, it left a lasting impression as a devoted character conveying moral and spiritual messages, adding depth to the series' storyline. Yet Seales' life was full of challenges and hardships. He faced racial discrimination, limited acting opportunities despite his talent, and constantly battled prejudices in the entertainment industry. His career had its ups and downs, with favored roles sometimes slipping away, requiring him to fight to assert himself. These difficulties intensified when he was diagnosed with AIDS in the late 1980s, which severely impacted his health and limited his ability to work. His final years were a struggle with a serious illness amid extreme stigma and little support. He never married or had children, and his career was abruptly cut short at the height of his potential. Roles in Silver Spoons and The Onion Field demonstrated his talent, but could not ease the pain of a short and unpredictable life. Sadly, Franklyn Seales passed away on May 14, 1990, in Brooklyn, New York, at the age of 37 due to complications from AIDS. His body was cremated and his ashes scattered in the Caribbean Sea. His net worth was estimated at around $500,000, mainly from acting, reflecting a short-lived but talented life filled with painful challenges and irreplaceable loss. Roz Ryan as Amelia Heddebrink. Roz Ryan was born on July 7, 1951, in Detroit, Michigan. At 40 years old, she played Amelia Heddebrink in the 5th season of Amen in 1991. Her role brought humor and vitality to the Heddebrink family line, showcasing her comedic and musical talents while giving audiences enjoyable glimpses of everyday life within the church and family. However, Roz Ryan's life has not been without challenges. She married once, but later divorced, facing difficulties in balancing work and personal life. Her career also faced hurdles as she transitioned between Broadway, television, and film, enduring the pressures of maintaining performance quality after many years in the arts. The ups and downs in her marriage and career caused periods of mental strain, yet she remained resilient in her dedication to audiences. After Amen, she continued to work in theater and television, participating in voice acting projects, performing in Hercules, The Looney Tunes Show, and various sitcoms. Each role demanded careful preparation, but health and professional pressures remained challenges, especially in a competitive industry. Roz became a model of persistence and artistic passion, overcoming midlife loneliness and stress. Now, Roz Ryan is 74 years old. She continues her artistic work, including voice acting and stage performances, while also caring for her family. Her net worth is estimated at around $4 million, reflecting a life of effort, dedication, and perseverance in maintaining her artistic passion despite all obstacles. Elsa Raven as Inga. Elsa Raven was born on September 21, 1929, in Charleston, South Carolina. At 59 years old, she took on the role of Inga, a character adding sophistication and humor to the storylines and deepening the relationships among the characters in Amen from 1988 to 1991. But Elsa Raven's life was closely tied to challenges and losses. She married twice but had no children, experiencing years of solitude while confronting the limitations of age in her acting career. Despite her recognition from roles in Back to the Future and Titanic, Raven continually worked hard to earn memorable parts in the competitive Hollywood environment, where older women were often undervalued. In her later years, her health naturally declined, but she remained dedicated to acting, voice work, and television projects whenever possible. She maintained her passion for the arts, facing the pressures of aging and personal losses with resilience and determination, leaving a lasting impression on audiences. Sadly, Elsa Raven passed away on November 2, 2020, in Los Angeles at the age of 91. She was cremated, and her ashes returned to her family. Her net worth was estimated at around $1 million, reflecting a life of persistent artistic dedication, overcoming loneliness, hardships, and the limits of age, leaving a lasting spiritual and artistic legacy. Barbara Montgomery as Cassietta Heddebrink. Barbara Montgomery was born on June 25, 1939, in New York. At 47 years old, she took on the role of Cassietta Heddebrink, a humorous sister character, in Amen from 1986 to 1990. Her performance brought lively and entertaining moments, highlighting family and church dynamics while showcasing Montgomery's versatile acting skills after many years on stage. However, life after the spotlight was far from easy for Montgomery. She married twice, but both marriages ended in divorce due to work pressures and career demands, leaving her with years of loneliness and emotional instability. Her career slowed after Amen, as age and limited roles reduced major opportunities, forcing her to continuously fight to maintain her artistic voice within the African-American entertainment industry. In the following years, Montgomery remained engaged with stage and television, appearing in notable series such as Lou Grant and Married, with children. But she faced intense competition and the pressures of aging. She also experienced some cardiovascular health issues, adding to the daily challenges and uncertainty in her life. Her relentless efforts to sustain her career and creativity made her a model of perseverance in the arts. Now, Barbara Montgomery is 86 years old. She continues to maintain an interest in stage and television, though she appears less frequently on screen. Her net worth is estimated around $1 million, primarily from her television and stage roles, as well as real estate in Los Angeles. Rosetta LeNoire as Leola Forbes. Rosetta LeNoire was born on August 8, 1911, in Harlem, New York City. At 76 years old, she played Leola Forbes in seasons 2 to 3 of Amen from 1987 to 1989. Her role brought wisdom and grace to family situations, reflecting the image of an experienced and refined woman, contributing to the depth of the series. However, LeNoire's life was a long sequence of dedication and challenges. She married twice, lost her second husband, and battled diabetes for many years. Beyond her acting, she was a pioneer in multicultural theater, founding the Amas Repertory Theater, creating opportunities for discriminated artists and inspiring future generations. Despite her successes, loss and illness were ever present, requiring daily resilience. In her later years, LeNoire continued to pursue her artistic and community work, supporting young artists and multicultural theater projects. She built the legacy of Amas Theater even as her health declined with age. Every day of her life demonstrated extraordinary determination and commitment to the arts. Sadly, Rosetta LeNoire passed away on March 17, 2002, in Teaneck, New Jersey, at the age of 90, due to complications from diabetes. She was buried at St. Francis of Rome Catholic Church in the Bronx, New York. Her net worth was estimated around $1 million, reflecting a lifetime of artistic and social contribution, overcoming suffering, loss, and illness. Lynnie Godfrey as Jackie Dunn. Lynnie Godfrey was born in 1952 in New York City. At 40 years old, she played Jackie Dunn, the daughter of Deacon Fry, in Season 5 of Amen in 1991. Her character was humorous, intelligent, and brought lively storylines to the series, allowing Godfrey to balance seriousness with humor while adding vitality to family and church scenes. Godfrey's artistic life was full of ups and downs. Growing up in Harlem, she sang in church and studied music under renowned instructors, but faced racial discrimination and limited opportunities for African American women on Broadway. She had to fight for major roles while also directing and producing to create opportunities for younger artists. Her marriage to Carl E. Lee from 1979 endured challenges as she balanced family and career responsibilities. She founded and ran Godly Entertainment, producing and directing socially impactful plays such as Greenwood, An American Dream Destroyed, which chronicled the destruction of the Greenwood community. Her dedication reflects a desire to preserve artistic value and inspire the community, though it brought years of stress, pressure, and personal sacrifices. Now, Lynnie Godfrey is 73 years old. She remains active in theater and production, managing Godly Entertainment and the program The Essence of Acting in New York. Her net worth is estimated at around $2 million, reflecting a life of artistic dedication, effort, and sacrifice, rich with inspiration and significance. Montrose Hagins as Leola Forbes. Montrose Hagins was born on June 12, 1917. When she appeared in seasons 4 to 5 of Amen from 1990 to 1991. 1991, she was 65 years old, playing Leola Forbes. Her role portrayed a mature, witty, and warm woman, adding depth to family relationships in the series while reflecting Hagins' skill and subtlety in acting, despite starting her career late. You know, Montrose spent many years as a teacher before stepping onto stage and television, fighting to secure her place in an entertainment industry often harsh toward older women. She had no children and lived alone for many years, facing loneliness, professional pressures, and the challenges of aging. Yet she persevered in pursuing her artistic passion, appearing in notable series such as Seinfeld and The Golden Girls. In her later years, Hagins withdrew from the spotlight, living peacefully in an old house in Pennsylvania, though she faced quietude and isolation. Even after retiring from screen work, she maintained close relationships with colleagues and the theater community, inspiring younger generations of artists through her persistence and patience. Sadly, Montrose Hagins passed away on October 24, 2012, at the age of 88. She was laid to rest at Green Hills Memorial Park in Rancho Palos Verdes, California. Her net worth was estimated around $500,000, reflecting a life of quiet dedication, overcoming loneliness and hardships while maintaining her passion for the arts. Bumper Robinson as Clarence. Bumper Robinson was born on June 19, 1974, in Cleveland, Ohio. He was just 16 years old when he played Clarence in seasons 4 to 5 of Amen from 1990 to 1991. The role portrayed a mischievous, lively teenager, balancing family and church storylines while giving Robinson an early opportunity to showcase his acting talent. So life was not easy for Bumper Robinson. He had to balance school, television roles, and voice acting projects such as Transformers and Ben 10, Omniverse, along with the pressures of being a young face in a competitive industry. His first marriage ended in divorce, bringing loneliness and personal stress. Yet he remained determined to pursue his artistic passion. In the following years, Robinson expanded his career into voice acting, participating in projects like Jack 3, Futurama, Avengers Assemble, and many other animated series. He faced fierce competition, limited roles, and the constant pressure to maintain performance in both live action and voice work. These challenges created a tense journey, but helped him refine his skills and professional resilience. Today, Bumper Robinson is 51 years old. He continues to work in voice acting and acting while also caring for his family. His net worth is estimated at around $2 million, reflecting a life of hard work, enduring youthful pressures and personal challenges while remaining committed to his artistic passion. Jane White as Josephine Gregory. Jane White was born on October 30, 1922, in Harlem, Manhattan, New York City. At 64 years old, she portrayed Josephine Gregory in Amen, bringing depth and authority to family and church scenes. Her role allowed audiences to experience the strength, calm, and intelligence of a mature woman within the context of 1980s African-American television. Before receiving this role, White's life was full of hardships and challenges. Growing up with a father who was a civil rights activist, she faced societal and academic pressures while striving to overcome racial barriers to pursue the arts. Her stage career spanned Broadway and off-Broadway, earning multiple Obie Awards and LA Critics Circle honors, while also navigating the pressures of maintaining roles and competing in a challenging entertainment industry. Her marriage to Alfredo Viazzi ended with his passing, leaving her with profound personal grief. Throughout her career, White performed in many classic plays and important television projects, including Once Upon a Mattress, Clute, and Follies, consistently delivering refined and sharp performances. She overcame the limitations of roles available to African-American women, endured illness and aging, yet continued to dedicate herself passionately to the arts. Sadly, Jane White passed away on July 24, 2011, in Greenwich Village, Manhattan, New York City, at the age of 88 due to cancer. She left behind a substantial theatrical legacy and served as an inspiration for generations of artists. Her net worth was estimated at around $1 million, reflecting a life of dedication, sacrifice, and unwavering contribution to the arts. Halle Berry as Claire. Halle Berry was born on August 14, 1966, in Cleveland, Ohio. She was 20 years old when she guest-starred as Claire on Amen in 1986. Though brief, the role brought Berry attention in Hollywood, opening doors for future film and television roles, and revealed her remarkable acting potential at a very young age. She endured a childhood marked by domestic violence and unstable parental relationships, which deeply affected her psychology and development. Over her career, Berry went through 3 divorces and difficult custody battles, experienced depression, and faced intense public scrutiny. Her roles sometimes required physical and psychological challenges, and even nude scenes sparked media storms, forcing her to stand strong amid scandal and judgment. Professionally, Berry faced major challenges regarding recognition and opportunities, but through talent and relentless effort, she became the first African-American woman to win the Academy Award for Best Actress for Monsters Ball. She is also known for roles in X-Men, Swordfish, Catwoman, and numerous other projects. She founded 606 Films, continuing to lead artistic projects and inspire future generations. Today, Halle Berry is 59 years old. She remains actively involved in film, television, and production, while participating in directing and artistic supervision projects. Her net worth is estimated at around $90 million, reflecting a life of overcoming pain, challenges, and personal struggle to reach the pinnacle of fame while maintaining her position as an iconic figure for African-American women in Hollywood. Whitman Mayo as Swifty. Whitman Mayo was born on November 15, 1930, in New York City. When he appeared on Amen in 1991, he was 61 years old, guest starring as Swifty. The role portrayed an experienced, humorous, and lively man, adding highlights to family and church situations while reflecting the depth and versatility of Mayo's long acting career. He began his career later in life, taking on various jobs, from working in vineyards to mentoring troubled youth while nurturing his dream of acting. Famous roles such as Grady Wilson in Sanford and Son brought him recognition, but also placed him under the pressure of supporting roles, limiting opportunities in the industry. 3 marriages ended in divorce, and age-related heart issues brought years of loneliness and personal struggle. Throughout his career, Mayo continued appearing in television series and films such as Full House, Boys in the Hood, Kenan and Kel, and The Cape, consistently bringing authenticity and humor to each role. He faced age-related limitations, professional pressures, and declining health, yet maintained his passion for acting, weaving personal experience into his performances, allowing audiences to feel both the pain and warmth within him. Sadly, Whitman Mayo passed away on May 22, 2001, in Atlanta at the age of 70 due to complications from heart disease. He is remembered not only as a talented actor, but also as a teacher and inspiration for generations of young performers. His net worth was estimated around $1 million, reflecting a life devoted to the arts, marked by effort, personal struggle, and a lasting spiritual and artistic legacy. That concludes today's video content. So, how many familiar faces from Amen do you recognize now? Were you surprised by the changes and real-life stories of these stars? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss videos exploring behind-the-scenes stories and the current lives of legendary actors.